What's going on, Toy Fam? Project Piper Customs here, and once again we are back in the custom cave, and we're going on to the next installment of the Avengers Endgame final battle lineup. It was going to be Thanos, but I thought I'd save him and Iron Man to like the very last two. So next on the table we have War Machine, aka Iron Patriot. Alright, now this is Rhodey's armour that obviously he sported right at the end. We all thought it was just a bulkier version of what he had until we saw some screenshots and realised, hold on, there's some red and blue in there, what the fuck's going on? And yeah, Marvel Legends obviously got the concept art figure first of all, and obviously later on down the line then they obviously rectified themselves by bringing us this one, and this is an absolute beast of a figure. And I think the SHF version, if they do one, will look amazing, but obviously for what we got here with Marvel Legends at their price point, man alive, this thing is full of detail. But of course we're going to give it the custom treatment, right? So as you can see in the background here, we have all the paints. This guy's going to get a full repaint. It's pretty much all we're going to do, apart from do a bit of custom modding of these two guns. But yes, let's bring the figure forward and have a look at what we're going to be doing. All right, so if I can get my light a bit better, yeah, as you can see, a lot of this blue, this metallic blue, is just very pearly. Alright, so it's got that marbling effect going on, which is obviously what happens when they mould the colour plastic. And I see the reds are very flat and glossy, and of course we do have some silver in there, so we're going to be giving the whole thing a good old once over. So we have, and get the bastard to stand up, right? Alright, so we have a couple of different metallic blues. Okay, we have a lighter one and we have a darker one. Okay, so you can see there, got a metallic tint to it. Alright, so we're going to see how both of these look. I'm pretty much either going to go for this one or a mixture with this and a couple of droplets of this, just to bring the tone down. So I want it just slightly lighter than what it is, but not too light. You know, I'm not going for a baby blue sky. Maybe this will work, because this obviously does look like a lighter version of that. But we shall see. The whole point of this is experimenting. Alright, obviously we have a black for a black wash later on. We do have, which is extremely hard to find, a metallic red by Lumiere. Majority of the metallic reds you get in acrylic paint are mainly just flat red with glitter poured into it, and it's just, that's just nonsense. I did try finding a red with this brand, because these are really good with with metallics for acrylic. The emerald green especially is what I used on my Vision custom, was from this brand, and it's really, really nice. But unfortunately I didn't have a full-blown scarlet red in that. So this one, if I can get the pot off, I already had a peek. Now it does look like there may be some glitter, if I can get it to focus, glitter in there, but it's so fine, I doubt it will come up that much. But yeah, we're going to give this a try and see how that looks. Alright, so we have our metallic red there, and of course at the back here we have our chrome and our titanium silver Tamirs. And the Tamirs are very good for the metallics, especially with their gold and silvers. So yeah, obviously we're going to do some of the silver stuff here. We're going to go over with the chrome, and then maybe do some fine, very fine dry brushing along the edges, just to give it some wear marks, a bit of weathering with the titanium. And get you a look there. There's not much of this left, so I'm mainly going to be repainting the silver areas with the chrome, as I've got more of it. Okay, and then obviously hitting the whole thing with a very light black wash at the end, just to dull it down slightly. And that is the aim of the game with this one. Not much else going on with it, apart from, which is the fun part, these guns. Okay, now as you can see, they just port into the back here, so pop one out. Alright, but they do not articulate in any way, unfortunately, even though obviously the mechanics of it shows that it would have some articulation as it comes up, a bit like a Predator shoulder cannon, but unfortunately not. They're just molded in like that. But what I want to try and aim for, okay, is basically the movie still that I'm sort of basing my custom on, is which I'll show you an image of it now. Alright, and as you can see in that, okay, he has them sort of here, like that, both of them. Okay, so, and that's kind of how I want them, just you know, not locked and loaded, but you know, just ready and standby, ready to just be deployed like that. Okay, and also they retract back and sit in this stationary position when he's flying. Okay, so that's kind of where I want to go with them, is to have them like that. And what I was thinking of doing is, obviously here, if I can get the light better, is to cut it there. Okay, so just frees up this piece here, the bit that ports into the back. So cut it off there, okay, and have this section, probably this side, okay, sand it down a bit and then glue it about here on the inside. Okay, sand that down, just that area, and then glue this to that. Okay, just as it has it down like that, and of course it should be able to port into the back nicely. Okay, and have them both just there on standby. Okay, and yeah, obviously it does destroy the ability to pose him with the guns like this, but for me, this is my custom, this is how I'm going to do it. Alright, I'm never really going to be taking shots of him with, let me just get the gun back in. Alright, with all guns blazing. I could if I wanted to, but you know, if I really want to do a shot, or have him displayed like this with all of his artillery coming at you, well then I can just pick up another war machine or Iron Patriot. You know, the beauty of customizing Marvel Legends is that they're cheap. You know, and these guys aren't exactly, you know, the hottest things on the planet, i.e. in terms of, you know, you can still get hold of them. You know, they're not sold out and impossible to get now. I can still pick up a loose war machine with all its bits and bobs, you know, right now for, you know, about 15 quid. So it's not an issue if I wanted to get these guns again. But for me, as this is my one and how I want to display him, of course you don't have to do this part, but I am going to be modding these so they fit like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing, and that's probably the first thing we're actually going to do, or maybe the last, I don't know, you'll find out. But anyway, that is the plan. All right, so let's get started.
And there it is, another addition to the Avengers Endgame Final Battle lineup, and that will go nicely in my display. As you can see here, and as you've seen throughout the video, I have given him a full repaint, all with metallics. Okay, as you see, we've gone with the metallic blue, metallic red, hit it with some chrome, and then black washed the entire lot. And of course, one bit I forgot to mention is obviously I went in on these highlighted areas from which you've seen in the movie, and his eyes especially, with UV paint, which is what I have right here. And these are some UV body paints, you know, for when your kids go clubbing, you want to paint yourself up. I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, this stuff I've used in a couple of times. You may have seen it in a previous video where I did the first Endgame War Machine armor. For a toy photography setup where I did the eyes and whatnot. But this stuff is really difficult to work with. It does not go down like and does not lay down like regular acrylic paints. This stuff just moves about on you, and it's very hard to actually get it to just to stay put. So I had to apply multiple layers, and of course it was messy. And then I had to go over, scrape it away to try and get it evenly lined up. And then of course any areas that were still, you know, like there was some dotted areas where obviously the UV paint had got, and I had to go back in and repaint up and touch up on the line work and neaten everything up. And it took a long while, especially with the eyes. So I recommend, if you're going to use UV paints on a figure, I would go for some ultraviolet paints, which are basically glow in the dark. So instead of using a UV lamp, you just simply charge them up on, you know, by shining a light on them for a bit and then let them go, and then they should glow. Those paints, I would imagine, I've not used them myself, I intend to. I imagine those paints would be a lot better to work with than UV body paint. But anyway, got the job done. Excuse my husky voice, unfortunately I have come down with a cold during the making of this custom. But if I kill a light, let's try and see if it works with that one on off. And let's just move this one out of the way so it's a bit darker, and tilt him a bit over there. And if I hit you with my UV torch, okay, and you can see especially the eyes, and they just glow. In fact, let's kill the room light. 1 second. Move that right out of the way. So we hit it with some light, give it a bit more of a wash. Yeah, obviously the UV torch is just painting it all purple at the moment, but you can see the highlighted areas, i.e. these bits here and the circles in the eyes, they are popping. Yeah, see if I can bring in, make it better with some daylight. But yeah, so you get the idea. I deliberately did not do the arc reactor for the UV side of things, okay, just purely because for toy photography I wanted to go with a laser pen, because obviously it gives a better effect. And yeah, I could just position that there. It's very brighter. His arc reactor is a lot brighter than the light from his eyes, and obviously on these two bits here and the circles. So for toy photography I can get all the others to light up with a UV lamp, and it's just simply hit it with a laser pointer. So if I combine the two, if I can keep my hand steady enough, so if I do that and then that, my hand's in the way. Let's try that again. So if I do that there and hit the lot, yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, some UV paint, just a little added touch. Let's get some light back in on this. Boom, and there we go. Yeah, so let me just bring him in and give you some closer look at the details. I just threw Rocket on there, obviously just to mirror the image of the movie. Threw in a little bit of red fabric around his neck. This is actually just ported in on his back, and this Rocket is gone through the wars. His legs broken, his hands and feet are fallen off. I'm in dire need of a new one, and if Hasbro doesn't give us a Endgame Marvel Legends Rocket, then I may end up trying to source another Guardians of the Galaxy Rocket and giving him a custom, and he might be next episode of the Custom Cave. We shall see. But for the meantime, I'm just going to put him over here, and let's get some better light going. Let's bring you up close and personal with what I did. So, and here's a better look at that paint job. So you can see I added, from the montage of painting, added all the weathering, especially around the feet, just along the edges. Okay, to give it that battered look, even though it's a brand new armor, obviously just busting out of a building to join them all at the end final lineup. Got a bit tattered and worn, and I like to think that this is a more of a war-torn, Iron Patriot from halfway through the battle. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this one came out. Yeah, couldn't be happier with it. You know, it's turned out exactly how I wanted, and I think it'll look great in the display. Okay, so there we have it. We have Rhodey himself as the next one on the shelf, with the remaining ones that I've done before behind him, so he gets to join the lineup. There we go, on the front line, ready for Thanos and Iron Man, maybe Rocket, maybe even Korg. That'd be a simple one though. Yeah, to join him. Not many others within the custom lineup to do for Endgame, as some of the outfits that they wear are pretty much the same from, you know, like Doctor Strange and Okoye and Black Panther and Spider-Man and you name it. All of those are wearing pretty much the same outfits, but yeah, you can't really see any major battle damage detail, unlike the ones you see here. Obviously with Brothor just chilling out in the corner. But yeah, there we have it. That is the end of this episode. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get another one up before Christmas or the New Year. Obviously we're still waiting to find out what YouTube have to say regarding these copper and FTC issues. I think the closing of being able to submit our opinions has now finished. So we're waiting to see if they, you know, change anything, and this will determine how I move going forward. I will be posting this onto my IGTV as well, so if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see it there. And yeah, depending on the next couple of weeks, if YouTube don't come out with a comment, IGTV may be the only place I do post from now on. For exclusive content, it will be over there. So if you're not following me on my social media, please do so, especially on Instagram and Facebook at Project Piper Customs. And yeah, you'll be joining me over there. I will still be keeping this channel up. I just may be hiding the content just so I can observe without being in the firing line. And who knows, I'm pretty certain myself that all of this is going to blow over. I don't think I personally will be affected that much, as I'm just a little channel. I don't have any monetization, so I think I may just be completely ignored and overlooked, but that's just me. I still don't want to take any risks, so I'm bracing myself. Okay, this is my choice for my channel, so I'm just preparing for the worst and hoping for the best, is all we can do. Anyway, that's enough of the rambling. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Thanks very much again for sticking with me on the journey. We are very close to 1,000 subs, and from the views, it looks like you've been really enjoying this series, and I can't thank you enough. It means the world, and I hope I can continue entertaining you with them. Any questions at all, leave them in the comments, hit me up on my socials, and I'll be happy to answer them as soon as I can. And if I don't see you before Christmas and New Year, I hope you guys have a fantastic one. I probably will post something towards the end of the year, but yeah, just in case I don't, anything could happen. I'm going to throw it out there. Have a great Christmas and New Year, guys. Thank you again. It means the world to me. And until the next time, assemble.